This lens marked by tragedy. There we go. That's good. I'll keep it there. Instead, it's me. Oh boy. Oh, humpies. Blackie's throwing down humpies. Blackie, are you throwing down humpies? Yep. Blackie's throwing down humpies. Son of a bitch. He just never stops, man. Throwing down humpies. Fuck. That's wild. This early in the morning, on the side of a tree, throwing down humpies. Early bird special, I guess. Good morning. I guess it's early. I don't know what's wrong with me, man. I'm turning into a grandfather, I think, is what's happening, without having any kids. I went to bed at like 7:30 last night. That's wild. Woke up before the sun was out. Blood is blue. Thinking of coming to the meetup from Australia, bro? If you have been looking for an excuse to come over to the US, you could have worse ones. Every one of these meetups we do, at least 2 or 3 people travel internationally to come to it. So you will not be alone. In fact, I'm pretty sure that I have confirmation that another Australian is coming. So that you might be a second Australian at the meetup. Yeah, that's what I hear. I'm pretty sure that I have confirmation that one of our Australian fans is coming. That's sick as. If you can find out who it is, Luke, you guys could like go Dutch on a hotel room or something, save some money. Yeah, I mean any flight over the ocean is going to be fucking expensive. So that sucks. But hey, dude, what I would recommend is like come for the meetup and then make a holiday of it, right? Land in New York for the meetup, come do the meetup, then the next day you're fucking free to go see whatever you want in the States. Go to Cali. That's where I'd go. Go to Cali, hit that Central Coast. Good morning. Too expensive. Yeah, I mean, it can be pretty fucking expensive. I get it. I'm not looking forward to flying either. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I fucking hate flying, especially nowadays. Got some artists that are playing in Chicago similar days. Yeah, see? I mean, that's another plane or a long ass drive. Have you noticed? Guys, I want everybody to notice the skib filter. The skibbity filter. Now, it might just be too early, but I'm telling you, I feel like it's working. I feel like it's working. You cover that time a serial killer called into Howard show. I might pull that for the Friday show. It's another one that I think is like, there's also a clip where Howard talks a guy down off a bridge who was gonna commit suicide. And the guy calls into the radio show to say goodbye to everybody, and then Howard talks him down. That's pretty cool too. It just goes to show you, dude was like ubiquitous. Certainly less stupidity than usual. Maybe. We'll see. But the great sorting has begun. I love it. I love the great sorting. You know, like yesterday, I kind of realized what it was. Did you hear about the Spanish magician? Uno, dos, then he disappeared without a tres. Okay, that was pretty good. That's a good dad joke. I say as I Thor banhammered 3 people in a row. I know. My only caution about the kid filters that one day I watched the opening and closing from a cartoon from my childhood. Like, if you watch TMT theme and you got flagged as a kid, I should be fine. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen to me. I mean, they're gonna be paying attention to everything that you watch and everything that you interact, right? That's what they're using. So in the article that I read about it a few days ago, they were talking about grammar and syntax being used to determine age. And I was like, man, I think YouTube's behind the times on the illiteracy rates here in the United States, but that's what makes it happy. Like, here's what I hope. Here's what I hope. Okay. I hope that a bunch of adults get sorted into the kids filter, right? And it forces YouTube to own up to the fact that the big problems in non-children's YouTube aren't really caused by children. They're caused by literal adults that can't read, can't write, can't interact, and they act like they're 10. So I'm hoping this experiment sorts a fuck ton of adults into YouTube kids so that YouTube tweaks the AI when it realizes that there's just a bunch of gloids on this fucking website. A bunch of retarded people who didn't learn to read. And once those people start being the actual target of this AI, the world gets better. The world gets better overnight. So that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that a gang of straight up 30-year-old basement dwellers get sorted into YouTube kids, and they've got to undo that and then figure out how to deal with these grown ass people. Good morning. I need to get my coffee. I heard the beep. I'm gonna go get my coffee. Imagine punctuation in comments may be a factor. Well, I don't know. I don't know how hard they're going to lean on punctuation, but spelling and content and context is what I think they're going to be looking for. Does this person write like a fourth grader, or do they write like an adult? Do they use fourth grade word choices and make fourth grade spelling mistakes, or do they type like an adult? Do they spend a lot of their time watching fucking stupid YouTube poops and SpongeBob edits and anime edits? If the answer for that is yes to you, you're about to be sorted. They already released Diddy, Gabriel. Diddy didn't do it. You understand? The two most serious charges, the RICO and the trafficking, go dropped. So Diddy will be out soon. I really like your voice, man. Thanks. I do have a cool voice, don't I? Give me a sec. I have my Jersey meetup ticket. You should take a trip to Bada Bing, actually named Satin Dolls, while you're here. It's around 15-minute drive north of Clifton. Ooh, the Bada Bing. I should. I should get in there. Yeah, we're gonna go to a pastrami joint there. It's owned by the family that owns the Katz's Deli, so we don't have to go all the way into New York for that. And then there is a deep fried hot dog joint called Mug's Pit or something like that. I'm gonna go get. That's where I'm getting my pre-workout meal or pre-show meal. I'm going to get the deep fried hot dogs. Oh, it's called Rutt's Hut. That's what it's called. Yeah, Rutt's Hut. You can look that up. Did you deep fry your voice? Deep fried your mama's pussy. Like your name, sounds like poltergeist. Very intelligent. Greetings and good evening. Are you from Texas? Son, let me explain something to you. Will you tell a man that ain't from Texas he's from Texas? People outside of Texas know that there's two things come from Texas: stairs, queers. So you basically called me a cow or a queer. Are you cold or something? I live in the northern hemisphere, sir. It's under 50 degrees. You seen the new King of the Hill season? No, I have not, and I don't care to. King of the Hill is one of the most boring shows that the world has ever created. I'll tell you something, son. When you don't misappropriate where a person's from here in the United States, you come up with the wrong answer. You ask a man, are you from Texas? And the man ain't from Texas. That's an insult. We don't get along. We don't get along with Texans. I really love the surroundings. Very calm and peaceful. Yep. Yep. You want to take a look at the morning trees? Here you go. Check it out. Aren't they beautiful? Isn't this a beautiful yard? You can hear all the little birds and chipmunks too doing their little shit. Do you live in a jungle? I live in a rainforest. Does that count? I live in a northern hemisphere rainforest in the Olympic mountain range. Sometimes you want to see the wacky antics of a man and his grill. What? Yeah, no problem, bud. Just giving you an idea what I get to look at while I'm talking to you guys, you know. Keeps me sane. Keeps me grounded. Keeps me in that flow, wu-wei state. Makes me stop worrying so much about this, that, and the other thing. Hello again from Ireland, Paul. I rewatched Horrible Bosses last night. Don't know if you've seen it, but damn, I miss old comedies before we came soft. I lade. I miss them too. Drinking coffee? What do you think? It's fucking 6:30 in the morning. Of course I got coffee. Black coffee too. Delicious. Nutritious. What do you think about people's obsession with looks? Well, I mean, it makes sense. You know, several generations of people have been raised with media telling them what a woman or a man is supposed to look like, and so you know, we've allowed the powers that be to groom us into being shallow. Where are you in the PNW? I'm in the PNW. Yeah, I'm on the northwestern edge of Puget Sound. Northwestern wedge of the Puget, right at the base of the mountains in the rainforest. That's where I be living. It's 8:30. Well, then you, sir, are in Central Time Zone. Go on hikes often? Not that often. No. Hike around my backyard. What do you think about Alaska? I don't really. A little too cold, a little too remote. Little too cold and a little too remote. I mean, it's not like icy cold out here, but it's chilly. Yeah, it ain't icy cold. Yesterday it was 90 degrees here. Today it's going to be 76 at the peak. But right now it's like 50, 52, something like that. Oh, me too. I hate the hot weather too. Well, I moved last year, so I've only been here since December of last year. And before that, for about 5 years, I lived in the Central Valley of California, Fresno, where, you know, summers it's 110 degrees for 6 months. You know, it gets fucked. And we had to go. Like, I literally, the main reason that we moved up north was to get out of that. Oh, Fresno is, dude, I tell people this all the time. So it was so hot in Fresno the last summer that I lived there. This is fucking wild. This lets you know, like, how delicate the ecosystem is, right? It was so hot the last summer in Central California that the birds stopped migrating down into the valley, right? Because it was too hot. They would just die. They would overheat, right? So the birds stayed up in the foothills instead of coming down to the valley. You know what birds eat, right? Among other things, insects, right? And so the valley was overrun with flies, cockroaches, and black widow spiders. All of these things that birds eat and keep the numbers down of naturally were flourishing in the valley because birds couldn't come into it. I had to go. Bro, I haven't seen, this is wild. We're halfway through summer or more. I haven't seen a housefly here. Not even kidding. I haven't seen a single housefly in this state. I know they exist. I just haven't seen one. I haven't had a fly land on my face or my hand or something since I left California. I'm not even fucking joking. It just doesn't happen here. You could ever make a shortish video showing off some of the mountains, nature, in the region you live in? Maybe. Well, stay tuned. Stay tuned to Cinema for Cynics. You'll get to see some of the Pacific Northwest soon. Flies follow Mexicans? That sounds racist, friend. Yeah, I haven't had a fly. I haven't seen a poisonous spider. I haven't seen a cockroach. You know why? You hear all the tweets? Hear it all? All of those are my little friends. And they eat all that shit. And they keep it down to a minimum. Good morning, friend. Good morning. I wonder how many people logged in today and got a warning to only look at the website for 30 minutes and to take a break. And I wonder how many people today logged in and their feed was nothing but cartoons. And they can't even see what we adults are doing. I really do. I wish YouTube gave us numbers. Favorite Lord of the Rings character? You give off Gimli vibes in a positive way. My favorite Lord of the Rings character is, I think, the central hero of the story, which is Gollum / Smeagol. Smeagol's always been my favorite, and he's actually the hero of the story. Like people think he's a villain, but Smeagol is the hero. Smeagol sacrifices himself in order to save Middle Earth. My banning thumb is gonna get weak. No, Lord of the Rings is super gay coded. That wasn't a joke. It's super gay coded. Did YouTube implement the age verification thing? Today's the day. I'm pretty sure a lot of people woke up today with restricted accounts. I'm hoping a lot of people did. I'm hoping a lot of 30-something basement dwellers woke up today and all they can watch on YouTube is SpongeBob. I gotta be honest with you. It might be because today's earlier, but I know people have been getting banned, but I feel like the instances of banned comments versus actual readable comments is way higher so far today. We've only been going 20 minutes and it's a pretty early morning, but fingers crossed. Hingle McCringleberry. Green screen background. Shoobity doobity doo. Green screen, green screen. Gotta get out my green screen. There you go. Everybody's looking forward to the weekends. Weekends. Green screen, green screen. Gotta get out on green screen. Sorry, ban him. He's not sorry enough. Ban him out of here. You don't call out a green screen and then get fucking dunked on and then just say, sorry. You say, God damn, I'm stupid, motherfucker. I never should have called you out, son. And I hope you can forgive me. That's what you should have said, but you didn't say that. So now, you gotta go. You gotta go. Yeah, it's a 360 green screen. It's green screen, green screen. Gotta get down on the green screens. Yeah, it's a green scene. It wasn't a sacrifice. He accidentally falls into Mount Doom. He sacrifices his body. The reasons don't matter. Frodo walks up to the precipice of Mount Doom, turns around, and what does Sam say? Frodo, cast it into the fire. Do it, Frodo. And he goes, no. See? And then what happens? Smeagol comes. Give us the precious. Bites off the finger, falls down into the lava with the precious. He saves the world. Frodo wasn't able to do it. It took a Smeagol. It took a Smeagol, friend. It always does. Everybody underestimates a Smeagol, but it takes a Smeagol. "7 a.m. waking up in the morning. Gotta get fresh, gotta go downstairs. Gotta have my bowl, gotta have cereal." Smeagol kept the world safe for 478 years and defeated Sauron. Yep. Nice weather. Cold, like chilly weather. It's like 52 degrees right now. And it's only going to be 74 today. So I'm going to spend quite a long time, I think, out here today. Also, I have to go and get myself a suit today. That's exciting. I've realized in my life that at 45 years of life, I've never owned a suit. Do you know that? I've rented suits to be in weddings and stuff, but I have never owned a nice suit in my life. So today, Amelia and I are going down and we're going to get me a suit. Get me a nice suit. So many movies in the last 5 years have aged like fruit because of overuse of CGI. Yeah. Did you just call me a beta? Get him out. Get him out of here. Let him go find an alpha. Brooks Brothers suit, Armani, or some custom. I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm going to get. I'm not going like Armani. I'm not going to like try. I'm not trying to spend $8,000 on a suit, you know? But I'm willing to spend a couple $100, a few $100 on a suit, you know? Get me a nice suit. I want to get something that's got a waistcoat with it so that I can have my jacket open and I got a cool waistcoat going with pockets. That's what I want. I don't know, man. I don't know about colors. I don't know about colors yet. I don't know what I want. I want something that looks sharp, but colorful if I can. A little bit, little splash of color in it, but I want it to look sharp. Navy suit and gray waistcoat, maybe so. A waistcoat. No, I don't want double-breasted. I want, well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna have somebody help me pick out a badass suit. Because I need one. I need a suit for upcoming things. Oh, getting made a suit. That's cool. That's really cool. I want pinstripe like a 30s gangsta. Ooh, a zoot suit. Zoot suit, riot, riot. Throw back a bottle of beer. Navy blue with yellow gold pinstripes. I'm coming home with the coal black hair. Zoot suit, riot, riot. Throw back a bottle of beer. I was thinking about getting a hat, but I don't want a hat. I want a waistcoat of certain distinction. I have a peacoat. I own a navy peacoat, so I got that. I've had a peacoat. Dude, I bought a peacoat when I was 23, and I still have the peacoat and it still fits perfect. Isn't that crazy? A monocle? I don't know. I don't think I need a monocle. I think I'm okay with the monocle. Zoot Suit Riot. Throw back a bottle of beer. So yeah, that's the plan today. I gotta go get myself some. Gotta go get myself a suit today. And then Thursday, I've gotta go get myself some clothes at the Goodwill. I need a few outfits for an upcoming thing. And I think once I've got that, I'm done purchasing things for my project. And it's time to start shooting. Get a big red Suge Knight suit. What's my project? I have a big movie review channel called Cinema for Cynics, and I'm working on a franchise retrospective on the Twilight series. And I'll be traveling next week to Forks, which is the little town that Twilight takes place around. And then I've got some plans that require costuming. It's going to be awesome. Squirrel chase. Squirrel chase going on. Got to put out the APB. There's a squirrel chase. Wish I was as privileged as you. Privileged? Well, I will tell you this. I'm not going to deny certain privilege, but the privilege that I have in my life to live in a beautiful place comes directly from a lifetime of hard work. So I was not given anything. I had to make everything. And so I agree that I live in a certain amount of privilege now, but I earned what I have. No, DJ and Scotty not involved in the project. If you could get away with it socially and legally, who would you unalive? Nobody. I'm not a killer. I'm a lover, not a fighter, man. I fight with my words, not my fists, not guns. I don't think I could get, I don't think I could like get myself into the position where I wanted to kill a human being. The manatee, no, I would never do that. The manatee. No, he needs to be out there forever because at least you're not the manatee. If you could talk shit to anyone in history, who would it be? Bro, I would love to get in a roast battle with George Washington. George Washington's just big, giant, 6'5" fucking freak. When you go to Forks, you should have Sully's when you have time. Great little mom and pop burger joint. I will. Thank you for the heads up. Great show last night, but I thought it was your off week. Nope, next week is our off week. Sometimes we do 5 or 6 weeks, and sometimes we do 4. It's just because there are different days in the months, and so it has to be a little staggered. But yeah, no. We're here the rest of this week. Friday's big show, and then after that, we're done. And we're done for a week, and I'm working for my break. I'll be in 2 locations shooting doc, and then once I get back from that, it's editing time. Mouth infection. Mouth infection. Realize the responsibility, bro. I'm my own boss. I love having a boss telling me what to do, but it's just me now. I get to take all the proceeds from my business. That sucks. I don't really have to split it with anybody but my partners. And yeah, it sucks, man. Definitely don't live like I live. Whatever you do, don't chase your own fucking star. Chase your own dream and find your niche and make money doing it. Don't do that. Whatever you do, find yourself a shitty job, settle down, and work yourself into the grave, okay? That's what's supposed to happen. That's the American way. Work until you literally collapse, friend. Don't be like me. You're recording places for your videos? Yeah, I'm shooting doc. So I'm going to Forks, La Push, and an undisclosed location. No, dude, I'm telling you, Matt, the whole thing is a step up. This is the biggest thing I've ever done. This project has been instructive because Amelia and I are a two-person team on this, and we are slowly but surely working out stuff. Locational stuff, we're shooting locational first, right? So that because here's what we came up with, right? We're shooting doc, we're shooting locational. So there's no reason why I can't give 5 or 6 different takes of every line, right? And then improvise a little bit as well. We get all this doc shot, and then I come back here and I've got the structure of the review, the stuff I haven't read, the paragraphs and stuff that I'm going to do here. I might want to change up something in that part of the script to fit a bit that I come up with shooting doc, right? So we're shooting doc first, and then we shoot the rest of it around that when we get back. And then it comes off of my plate and it goes onto Amelia's plate. Amelia is the back half of my stuff. Dude, that's so cool. Will it be on a channel for the public or Patreon? It's going to be on Patreon early. So it'll be early release on Patreon and uncensored on Patreon. You know how people have to bleep certain words and stuff now on YouTube? So the public video will be bleeped, censored, all of that. And it'll probably have a mid-roll in it. And the Patreon episode will be uncensored and unmarred by any advertisement. So it'll be awesome. But yeah, the script is what I would call like 98% done. Like I said, I'm kind of holding off on one aspect of it because I want to shoot the doc. But it is 98% written. And once the doc is shot and we get back into town and I shoot the non-locational, I'm like literally, Amelia told me last night, she was like, we're starting to get down to the point where you're going to need to start thinking about what's next. And I was like, I know, but I can't. I can't do it yet, but I know. So as soon as we've got this doc shot, I've got to get over it because this is a ramping up of the channel, and the channel's not going to have dead periods. I mean, it will, because I'm not releasing a video every week or whatever, but as far as my work on it, it's going to be one big project to the next, to the next, to the next. I'm always going to have an iron in the fire from here on out. And I'm reaching the point where my creative process is almost done, right? I've done the writing, I've done the research, I've done the conception. Amelia and I have worked out the shots. We've purchased all of the documentary equipment that we need, cameras, this, that, the other thing, battery packs, lights, all the whole nine. We're ready, right? I've written, I've conceived. Now I've got to perform. Once I'm done with the performance, I let it go. It goes to her desk. No, I'm not going to do true crime stuff, but depending on how this video does, right? So, like I said, this is a step up for Cinema for Cynics. And depending on how this video goes, if it blows up, if people's feedback is really positive about the documentary parts and the expenditure that we go to travel and shoot doc, if that's the case, then that becomes a new thing on the channel. So if there's a movie series that takes place in Boston, we go to Boston, right? If there's a movie series that takes place in Florida, we go down to Florida and we shoot around some of the places, right? So it's all going to kind of depend. But I'm hoping that the effort pays off. So, yeah. I gotta go get some more coffee. I'll be back. Ooh, boy. Yeah, it's definitely a two-cupper kind of day. It's a double cup kind of day. It's also a no weed day. Yeah. No weed for Paul, probably for a while. I might not even smoke weed until I'm done shooting the doc. I've reached a point, I've talked to you guys about this. I've reached a point with weed where I've realized, like, I don't need it as much as I used to. But it's a habit, right? It's habitual. There's like a routine and a ritualistic element with it so it's like the oral fixation or the habit of it, but I just don't need it. Like, this is so the medication that I've been put on, it's so hard to explain. It gives, like, so when I was like pre-medicated for bipolar, I felt like weed was the only thing that stabilized me, right? I started to, like, I would get this fucking, like, I'd be pissed and angry and sad and depressed all within one day. And I wouldn't even know why, right? And now that I'm on the right medication, if not the right dose, my dosage was doubled yesterday, and it may be doubled again, depending, before I reach a maintenance dose. But I had 2 weeks on an upped dose, so I started at 25 milligrams on the medication to see if I tolerated it, and I did. Went up to 50 for the last 2 weeks. And my doctor had told me, keep track of your mania and your depression and tell me what it is. And so I told her yesterday, 2 days prior to our meeting, I had a 2-day long manic episode where I barely ate, barely slept. And she said, okay, well, we're going to bump up your meds. So she did. So basically what I'm saying is that, like, the medication that I take gives me a certain mind feel that I was chasing with weed. And I don't feel like I need it as much anymore for the mental stability. And so the only thing that it really benefits me for now is my back pain and my muscle pain and shit. It loosens up my muscles, lets me stretch and shit. So I've got to find some sort of happy medium where I've got it around and I can smoke a little bit and then stretch, and that's it, right? I don't want to stay in this cycle of, like, I'm smoking all day, right? So I don't know, man. It's tough though. It's not easy. Weed has been the only drug that has helped to even minorly balance me out a little bit. And now that I don't need it, now that I'm on a proper medication that stabilizes my mood, I feel like I don't need it anymore. But it's hard, it's hard. It is hard. It's not easy. Because I'm not sure where I stand with it. It's like, on one end, It helps me with my back, but on the other end, it's habitual, you know? Yeah, it's muscle memory stuff. I will tell you this, like being on this drug for whatever reason, I told my doctor, I was like, being on this mood stabilizer has made me want to smoke cigarettes way more. She's like, yeah, that can happen. One of those things, you know. If you're on some kind of muscle, I don't like muscle relaxers. You know, I've taken them, but I don't like taking pills for pain. Just wanted to ask about the nicotine thing. So interesting. Yeah. Yeah, the drug that I'm on just, you know, it's not like my cravings are worse. It's just almost autonomic. It's like I get the desire, I get the impulse to smoke way more on this drug. And so I don't know. It's one of those things. Honestly, I'd rather smoke myself into the grave than continue, because like one of the things I learned about bipolar disorder, and this is scary for me. Every time you have a manic episode, every time, it does minor damage to your brain. And so, if you keep in mind that I have been mentally ill and I started expressing bipolar symptoms, what I recognize now as bipolar symptoms, when I was 12 or 13, and I wasn't treated for it properly or at all, really, until I was 45. And so there's significant brain damage. Like my brain is not what it used to be as a result of it being fucked up for so long. And you know, I don't know. One of the things that I read is that people that suffer from that can have higher instances of late life dementia and stuff. You know, and so I might only have 10, 15 years of lucidity left. And if I do, that's what I want to do. I want to make sure I have all of that, you know. Yeah, I feel pretty mentally agile, but less so, less so than I did pre-medication. The medication kind of puts a thickness to me, kind of forces me to slow down, and I don't connect up immediately in the way that I used to. But I don't think it's been detrimental. I don't know though. What I do know is that I feel so much better, that I know that I've found something that helps me. I think I'm properly medicated for the first time in my adult life, and in my life period. So that's good. That's a straight up good thing. Yeah. But I recently have started to come to terms, you know, because I've always thought about myself. I joked, oh, I'm fucking crazy. But I always thought to myself, just judging from my life, right? 18, get kicked out of the house, paid my own bills since then, worked jobs, never went through unemployment, never had to go to my family to ask for support. You know, not that there's anything wrong with it, but was never hospitalized for mental stuff. And so I used that as a measuring stick. I'm like, well, you know, I'm mentally ill, but I can't be that mentally ill, you know, because I'm functional. But that's just a misnomer. Masking and functionality for mentally ill people is well established. People will mask in public. They will force themselves into a role, and then all of that negativity or positivity or whatever it is, right? The mania, the depression, it comes out out after, right? It comes out in your life, in your personal life, not your public life. And so that is a I don't think it's healthy stressing about the possibility of dementia. If you get it, there's not much you can do, and if you don't get it, you live 5 years worrying about it. Yeah, no, I'm not super worried about it. It's just a concern that's come up in my head. I'm not sitting here like freaking out, but I do know. Here's what I know now after being medicated. And I don't like the term crazy, but I'm crazy. like I can say that with I can own it. You know what I mean? I'm not, I'm not like fucking a danger to myself or others, but I've got some weird coping mechanisms. We'll put it that way, I guess. I don't know. You probably did not have much time to worry about that stuff. It's even worse than that, man. But yeah, you're right. I'm just barely paycheck to paycheck, hand to mouth. You don't have a whole lot of time to worry about that stuff. But I have to be honest with you, man. It's even worse than that. It's even worse than that. It's I didn't know I was even wrong. Like I was completely unaware that I was sick. And so I just thought, man, I'm just moody fuck. I just get angry for no reason. I'm just a spicy guy. I used to call myself a guy with spikes, you know? Um, and all of that shit, it was bullshit. Like I was just sick. I was just ill. And my whole life. Fuck. And you could really like I'm so glad that I found the Tao and that I don't live in the past. Because 20 years ago, if I had gotten this diagnosis, I would have been going through every incident in my life, my divorce, breakups, fights that I've had with friends, and meltdowns I've had with my family. And I'd be going, was that real or was that mania? Was that real or was that me being sick? I, one of the things that the Tao has availed me of is that, the past is gone and it doesn't matter. You can reference it, you can learn from it, but there's no reason to sit and worry about it and unpack it. I've seen a lot of dementia recently, stating the obvious here, but it's so bleak. Oh, yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible, man. It's really bad. Every year we get closer to figuring out the cause and treatments. So, maybe. Maybe so, I don't know, man. I can't pretend I know. Birdies. My uncle, my dad's friend, disturbing way to go. Yeah, it's real bad. It's bad, man. I and like I don't. It's not even me that I'm worried about. I just don't want to be a burden on Amelia and my family. I hope that I can just hold on to it so I can stay somewhat autonomous until I die. That's what I hope. But you never really get to choose that sort of thing. Don't want to lose a foot. Yeah, I don't know how I've dodged diabetes, bro. It doesn't run in my family super heavy, so I guess I just lucked out. But I've been a fat fuck my whole life, and I am not even pre-diabetic. Like I'm just good. Like that end of it, my blood sugar and whatever AC1 or whatever they check for your diabetes is always just like perfect. I don't know why. Bastard. I know. I know. I don't know how I've dodged it, bro. But hey, man, I got fucked on the other end, bro. Heart disease. Most people in my family die of heart failure, heart attack, heart disease, congestive heart failure. So trust me, I'll get got. Don't worry about it. I'll pay. Ooh, I'll pay in full. allergies kicking today. I'm probably gonna have a bug. I didn't look in the mirror. Went and blew my nose, so apologies if there's a bug. There's not. We're good. We're good. We're good. Whew. I got ass cyst. I have the ass cyst too, man. I have a pilonidal cyst, yeah. It's a cyst that exists because humans used to have a tail. You know that? It's like a little piece of hair that used to be at the end of the tail, and it gets ingrown and impacted and creates a cyst. Too heavy to go under? Fuck, bro. Yeah, that's fucked up. You wish we still had tails? Really? I don't want a tail, man. I don't think I need a tail. I don't think I would appreciate a tail. But, you know. Now, maybe if a chick could get a tail, or a femboy could have a tail, that might be interesting. But I don't want a tail. I don't need a tail. Can I tell you that much? A tail would be an unnecessary indulgence for me. Oh, yeah. If it was prehensile, you could put a wrench in it, you know, and have the wrench up over your head. Just grab it whenever you need it. That'd be cool. Insect antennae? So, like, what's her name from the fucking Guardians or whatever? Locust or whatever her fucking name is? Mantis? I don't know about that. Why would you want that? I can barely handle the human body as it is, bro. Adding extra shit to it would just fuck me up. It would just really fuck me up, I think. I can't. The skibbities, dude, I gotta tell you, man. I'm gonna hang out here for a little while longer and we're gonna see if they like wake up and there's a big flood of them. But I gotta tell you, man, things have been better in here today. Things have been better in here. There's more people that are putting genuine interaction in here than there are usually. And that I'm wondering if that's a function of it being an early show or if it's a function of like the skibbity filter is working. It's working. Oof. The scabides got flushed. Bro, they might have. Those scabides, dude, them skibs, them little skibbities, they might have gotten burnt. Smacked all the bots around, call me the Irish Neo. Oh, yeah. Whoosh, whoosh. Kick all the bots, bro. The Irish Neo would definitely have a shillelagh. He would fight with a shillelagh. That would be badass. Irish Neo, you know what I want? You got most of you probably haven't seen Twilight, but in Twilight, in the final movie, there's a vampire showdown, and the good guy vampires call in a bunch of allies, and one group of allies that comes and answers the call are a group of like 3 or 4 little Irish vampires. I'm not even kidding. Irish potato farmer vampires We're here to support the Cullens. So I've been thinking, I want Irish movies. I don't know why we don't have more Irish movies. You know, Irish movies are always good. Think about that shit. Far and Away, that's a great fucking film, man. Why would you not? You know what I mean? Set some more movies in Ireland. But like those little Irish vampires, they get no development in the movie. And I was more interested in them than anybody else. There are some cliffs in Ireland that I want to go smoke a doobie on. It's if you go and watch the movie Far and Away, the first part of that movie takes place on a little farm that's right on the edge of those cliffs. Yeah. The Snapper? Okay, the Snapper. Banshees of Inisherin. Ooh. And if you ever come to Dublin, hit me up. I'll show you around the hidden gems and the best pint of Guinness in your life. Oh boy. Yeah. Well, I was talking about the other day, I think in Discord, and my desire, like if I ever get to go to Europe, I want to I want to do Northern Europe mostly, if not totally. So I want to do Scotland, Ireland. So I want to go to the Highlands. I would like to go to Ireland, and then I would like to see the Nordic countries. So I would like, because that's where my whole bloodline is from. Like my blood, like my 23andMe is 98% British, Irish, Scottish, and Norwegian. Not Norwegian, but Scandinavian, broadly Scandinavian. So I would love to visit Norway, Sweden, and Finland, and maybe even Denmark, and Ireland, Scotland. Those are the places that I really care to go see. Is there a good horror movie about the Loch Ness monster? There must be. Oh, well, if I do it, I'll hit you up. I'll need myself a tour guide if I'm round Dublin way. I know Scotland is beautiful. I want to see the Highlands. I want to go to the Highlands of Scotland because that's where my family was. That's where my mom's side of the family, anyway, the MacBean side. The MacBean side of my family came from the Highlands. And the Parky side of my family came from Ireland. They were Park before they came here. So my family name used to be Park in Ireland, and then it became Parky once they came here to the west. You have to break out into a sad song if you're in an Irish pub. Her beautiful eyes were a terrible curse. 3 days in his grave, she ran off with his purse. How did they make their way to California? Well, pretty much the same way. So my family came here from two different parts of Europe, right around the same time. My mother's side of the family from Ireland. My great grandfather came from Ireland. On my father's side of the family. My mother's side of the family immigrated here from Great Britain and Scotland. Right around the same time in the late 19th century. They all landed on the East Coast and then slowly but surely made their way to the West Coast and became sharecroppers. Both sides of my family became sharecroppers in California, but they passed through Missouri and Arkansas. So my families both landed in the New York area. My father's side went to Missouri. My mother's side went to Arkansas. Then both sides of the family moved to Texas, and then both sides to California. And then my parents met, and that's how my family got together. So interesting, right? Your beautiful eyes are a terrible curse. Captain Moonlight. Gangs of New York, Sinners, and Titanic. Yes, I love Irish. I love Irish movies. The Parkies didn't land on the West Coast. The West Coast landed on the Parkies. Yeah, true. True. But yeah, real interesting stuff. On my mom's side of the family, we were anti-royalists. So we were a Scottish clan aligned with other Scottish clans against the royalists. And then on my other side of my family, the Parks were pro-royalist. One of my ancestors, I can't remember what his first name is, but you can look him up. His last name is MacBean. He killed 12 government dragoons with his claymore before being taken down. He has a Wikipedia entry. You can look it up. Would you have been an Irish terrorist? Probably, yeah. Probably. It's a good thing I was born here because I probably would have been a terrorist. Yeah, for sure. Yep. Single-handedly killed 12 government dragoons with his claymore before they managed to bring him down. That was pretty fucking wild, bro. Freedom! As they were stabbing him. Yep. Yep. As they were bringing him down to the ground, and it took 6 of them to subdue him. He screamed, "Freedom!" It's a huge Titanic exposition in Belfast, which looks fascinating. They have the only remaining White Star Line ship in existence. Cool. Neato burrito. I gotta be honest with you. If I go to Ireland, I don't really care to see any of the tourist shit. I want to go see stuff that's off the tourist map. I want to go to small villages near the coast. I want to eat traditional pub food. I want to go out into nature. I don't really care to go too deep into Dublin, too deep. I don't want to go kiss the fucking Blarney Stone and get herpes on my lips. Hell fucking no, I wouldn't take a sub down to the Titanic. Are you kidding me? Only if it was James Cameron. If I could ride with Jim, because I trust Jim Cameron. I know he knows how to do a submarine. So if James Cameron wants to take me down to the Titanic, I'll go. But anybody else, fuck that. No. James Cameron knows what he's doing, though. He's been down there a few times, and he knows what's what. Yeah, I'd go with Cameron. But not one of these fucking, dude, I watched that Ocean Gate documentary. That shit's harrowing, bro. You would not feel a thing? Yeah, but that I don't care. I don't want to die down in the bottom of the ocean. No, thank you. Pass. Her beautiful eyes were a terrible curse. 3 days in his grave, and she ran off with his purse. Well, you chopped off that bush? Yeah, man. Get banned. You will go back from whence you came. Going back to Cali, Cali, Cali. Going back to Cali. No, I don't think so. I'm going back to Cali, Cali, Cali. I'm going back to Cali. No, I don't think so. arrogance and wealth equals destruction. Yeah, but he only destroyed other rich people, so, who cares? Squirrel chase, squirrel chase. Man, these squirrels are irascible today. I've got some irascible squirrels out here, man. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that right fucking now, man. Irascibility. Squirrel chase, squirrel chase. I'm in your city. We in your city. I think this is the most sane channel on YouTube this morning. That's a goddamn shame, bro, because I am far from sane. I've found out pretty recently in my life that I'm nowhere near as sane as I thought I was. But yeah, I mean, that's fine. Welcome, I guess. Coffee. Yo, DJ, spin that bag. When I move, you move. Just like that. When I move, you move. Just like that. Yo, DJ, play that back. Diamond hands. I'm a rock. Where is everyone? Too early? Nah. This has been about like 60, 70 is probably like where I top out recently. And yeah, I can only say that it's because of my medication. I'm not as manic, and so I think that people bounce off of this. I am on Letterboxd, yeah. I haven't updated in a while, but I'm Paul's Ego over there. You can find me on Letterboxd. I did some Letterboxd stuff. I need to get back into it, honestly. Excuse me. Yep, Paul's Ego. Want me to say something horrible? You get mad at me? I could never be mad at you, Matt Blank. Not truly. Daily Dow. When you're content to simply be yourself and don't compare or compete, everyone will respect you. Yeah. The teacher teaches without speaking. And the sage does his work and then leaves his work. And he asks for no recognition. Yeah, I get it. Honestly, it's such a fun journal type vibe. Yeah, I try. And it's something that you get all the time too for me. Like my thoughts and my beliefs and my fears and my positions are all out there. I don't run and I don't hide. If I said it, I said it. Yeah, that's like saying teaching by example, right? The sage doesn't need to pull people aside and impart wisdom. The sage is a walking example of wisdom. Goonies top 4 is a great pick. Oh yeah. I love Goonies. That's a great movie, man. It's a fucking fantastic movie. Let's be real. Goonies is awesome. Awesome movie. I love it. Whatever happened to that remake? I mean, last time I looked, they're still doing it, but I hope it just falls apart. I hope it never happens. Oh, time for me to stretch. Oh, it's stretching time. see if I can get a good stretch in with no weed. That's not a good sign. Hmm. Hmm. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Fuck, bro. Oh. Ooh. Okay. A little bitter. Whew. Any chance it's good? The remake? Nah. Goonies? Nah, bro. No chance. It's gonna suck. It can't help but suck. Can't help but suck. That's why I don't want it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to think about it. Because it's gonna fucking suck. Corey Feldman said that he doesn't think Goonies 2 is happening. I hope it doesn't. I'm excited for this doc you're making. Is there any spoiler whatsoever you can give? I gotta know. You'll know soon enough. You'll know soon enough. It's not really a documentary. It's got documentary in it. So, but yeah, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great. It's a 20-page script. 20-page, 12-point font, single spaced. It's gonna be a long one. It's gonna be a beefy boy. Have no clue, but I'm guessing 45 minutes minimum. 45 minutes minimum is what I'm guessing. If it comes in below that, I will be shocked. If it comes in above that, I will not be shocked. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's going to be at least as long as the Hellraiser review. At least. So that's about a 40-minute review. Maybe a little less. So we'll see. It's Xander Wild. Look at him go. Reach back like a pimp and slap the hoe. Xander Wild. What do you know? Heidi, Heidi, hi. Heidi, hi. It's cool as you love to travel, and this is also a write-off. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it wonderful? Yeah. Heidi, hi. Heidi, hi. Would you consider doing What the Fuck Happened to Tim Burton? Yeah, I mean, it might be kind of good. I've thought about doing that. What fuck happened to M. Night Shyamalan? Like different directors covering their big movies and the arc of their careers and stuff. You've got a good glasses face. I know. Thanks. I was kind of pissed off when I started needing glasses because my whole life I've had really good vision. But now that I've got them, I literally can't do without them. I have to have my glasses on, otherwise I can't see. I don't know. M. Night had like one or two good movies. Yeah, you're right. Sixth Sense, Signs. Yeah. Yeah, today has been way less fucking retarded in here. Like, people are still getting banned out, but there's way less of them in here getting banned out. Barbarian, I'm assuming, not barbarism. Barbarian was okay. Will Halloween come back? Bum ba bum bum ba, bum ba bum bum ba. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'll go get myself a Belvita real quick. My stomach is hurt. One day in his grave, she ran off with his purse. TJ said he was going to go see Weapons. So we'll see. I hate having to force myself to eat something in the morning, but if I don't, bro, it's nausea city. That's enough. I don't want any more. Ugh. I hate eating in the morning, bro. It just feels wrong to me. But if I don't, I will be sick because I take a fistful of pills every morning. And so I've got these Belvita things because they're just real easy to eat. I have one or two of them. The pack comes with how many? 4? So I'll have one or two of these, and then that's it. And I won't eat till like 2:30 or 3. That's typically like 2:30, 3 is when I really start getting hungry. Question: if you had to place 1 to 100 of your best movies, where would you place Grand Budapest Hotel? And I don't even think it would be on the top 100, I'll be honest with you. It would be such a chore for me to pick a top 100, but I don't think Grand Budapest would be on it. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll tell you what would be on it: Rushmore, Bottle Rocket. Both of those would be on it. Maybe Royal Tenenbaums. Maybe. Somewhere lower. But yeah, those are my 3 Wes Andersons that I can stomach. I haven't seen Licorice Pizza yet. I want to watch Firewalk with Me and Cinema this weekend. It'll be great. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'd love to see Firewalk with Me in the theaters. That's such a great, like, button on the movie, right? It's a button on Twin Peaks, and it's great. Now, Twin Peaks plus Firewalk with Me is maybe Lynch's best. Could a xenomorph survive a 50 caliber round to the dome? No. Not a chance. Did you see Murderbot on Apple? No. You guys are putting me up on fuck. I don't have Apple TV. I probably never will. So no, I have not. But I want to because it sounds great. Murderbot sounds great, but I can't. I can't do Apple TV. I won't. Refuse. I already give Apple too much money. Okay, I'm on one of their phones. I'm gonna have to get a new one of their phones in a couple of years. They get enough out of my pockets. Okay. Murderbot is really good, but it's like $9. You can watch Apple Plus on browser. Oh yeah, you can watch anything on browser these days. Right now, we've got Netflix and HBO. I usually keep two, and that's my limit. I will not have above two. So if I want to get one, I got to cancel one. So recently, we had Hulu and Paramount Plus, canceled both of those, got Netflix and HBO. And then once we run through those for a while, we'll cancel them and get something else. That's the way I do it. That's my game. Yeah. I just don't want the Disney shit. And I reamed out Hulu, bro. I had Hulu for about a year. And I just watched everything I care to watch on it. You make good money from the Cynics channel, and some of those videos have 500,000 views. If you go look at What the Fuck Happened to Hellraiser, it has 2 million plus. 2 million plus views. I haven't kept up with South Park, unfortunately. I don't really care. Streaming is really just becoming cable 2.0. I don't know. It is. It's allowed them to reinstitute the premium channel cable model and continue using it in the modern age. So kind of sad, but yeah, I think that eventually we're heading towards just one big streaming platform. That's what I hope, anyway. So I'd pay $100 in a month, $100 a month for everything, every piece of music, every movie and TV show. Who would own it? I don't know who would own it, but it would pay royalties, just like they do now in streaming. Like if a streaming service gets a movie, they pay royalties for that movie to the owners of the movie. They just do it the same way. Oh yeah, ads, even though you pay. Fucking retarded. Apple's bigger than Google? No. No, Google is owned by Alphabet, and that's a way bigger company, I think, but maybe I'm wrong. Two to 3 years between seasons for shows. It is kind of wild, isn't it? It is kind of wild, I gotta admit. Anyway, am I done? I don't know. I might be done. I think I might be done. I think it might be time for me to go sit inside, take a look at my day, do some work. It's still pretty early. It's still pretty early, but